I've been a superstar, and I got paid for what I knew, and I shared the game with them.
Salutations, family, and welcome back to Ride Along with the Storm. The picture that I was just displaying in the intro to this video, family, is of a young lady with a family picture. And we all have taken family pictures before. Family pictures are a beautiful thing when done in order. When you look at family pictures, they're used to encapsulate certain moments in time in a family. It shows the maturation of the family. It shows how the family has grown over time, and it gives families the ability to go back and revisit moments in time and that are captured for posterity. With that being said, when you look at that picture, family, you can see that picture's completely out of order, and it has a few glaring problems with that picture, and I just want to discuss those problems with that picture. The first problem with that picture is this young lady has numerous children, but there's no man in sight. There's no father in sight. Here in society recently, it has been normalized, and not only normalized, but it's been heralded that women produce these children by numerous men in the absence of wedlock and without the absence of a serious commitment, which we all know is not an advantageous situation to be raising children in this society. It's been statistically proven that children that are raised in single mother homes fare worse by all standards of living metrics. There's no other way about that. That's one of the biggest problems, I think, right now in the black community. It has been the destruction of the nuclear family. Okay, the second point I want to make on this is the way that this lady is attired. This lady is attired 100% inappropriately for a family picture. I don't know where we've come to the realization, or we've come to this certain mentality where nothing is done in order and we have no kind of decorum and no appropriate way to conduct ourselves. Everything now, especially in social media, and when you speak to people here in society nowadays, everything is do what you will. And when you understand that logic, family, you understand that's Luciferian thinking. Do as thou wilt is a Luciferian premise. It's one of the most important premise in the Luciferian religion, to do whatever you want to do, to operate without order. And when you look at this type of stuff, it's operating without order. But the reason I really wanted to speak to this photograph that I found online is because I dated a woman one time in my past when I was in my early 20s, and she had a son, and I helped her take care of her son. I was serving as a pseudo stepdad, for lack of a better terms. But she would often be at home, and you know, when women be at home, women like to be comfortable. Women like to wear as little as possible, and they like to be comfortable. They like to wear things that are loose fitting, because a lot of times in society now, women choose to go outside, and I don't know why, with some of the most tight garments, skin tight garments that you can wear, and I know it has to be uncomfortable. So when a lot of women hit the house, the first thing they do is disrobe, and they decide to change clothes into getting something more comfortable. And this young lady used to be one of those young ladies. Oftentimes she used to like to wear one of my t-shirts as apparel for the house, and a lot of times that t-shirt didn't include undergarments. With us being in the relationship and I'm being a man, believe me, I have no problem with that, family. The attire was 100% correct to me. But my problem with the attire most of the time in our relationship was that she would walk around attired like this in front of her son. And her son was not a young kid at the time. Her son was around 9 or 10 years old. And 9 or 10 years old is entirely too old to be seeing your mother dressed scantily clad. And it almost gives off an incestuous vibe when you really look at it, family. Family, I grew up with a single mother myself, and that's one of the reasons that during my adult life I had to go through a different maturation process in order to be able to grow and to repair some of the damage that was done to me being raised in a single mother home and not being properly instructed as a man. But I say that to say this. Ladies, you have to be careful what you expose your young sons to, especially when you're a single mother. But ladies, you have to be very, very careful when you're rearing these young men in single mother homes. You got to be properly attired. You have to present yourself in as a favorable light as possible, because these young men are using you as the example of womanhood, and the way they're going to interact and the interpersonal relationships they're going to have with women are going to be dictated by the kind of example that you serve to them as a woman. And it's just a whole myriad of topics, family, you can go into about single mothers raising boys and stuff that people don't even know. When you're a single mother and you're raising a boy, you and that boy shouldn't even be using the same soap. When I was being reared by my mother in the home and we were growing up, my mother had her own bar soap, different from us boys in the family. She used to use Dove soap. She would buy us Lever 2000 or Irish Spring or something like that. People do not even know that boys using the same bar soap as their mother experience heightened levels of estrogen, as in boys who don't. It's stuff like this that people don't know, that they don't have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be able to understand. And when they see what's going in society now, and they think they don't understand how a lot of this stuff is perpetuated. A lot of this stuff is perpetuated through ignorance. And really, it takes people of a higher understanding to be able to bring these things to light. And I just wanted to jump on and just speak to this family and the fact that women, you just have to be more cognizant in raising these children in single mother homes, especially these young men. And it reminded me of a joke that an old guy once told me. He said once a young boy walked into the bathroom and his mother had just got out of the shower. She had on nothing but a robe and she was bent over cleaning out the shower. So the young boy bent over, looked up his mother's robe and said, "Man, mama, what do you got there?" The mother replied, "Boy," she pulled down her robe. She was embarrassed. She replied, "Boy, you better get on out here. That ain't nothing but mama's tiger." The little boy stood there for a minute pondering to himself and said, "Mama, that tiger must be a bad motherfucker, because he got shit in one eye and blood in the other." That's going to be all for me on this episode of the Ride Along with the Storm family. Thank y'all for joining me, family. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to join me for here on every episode of Ride Along with the Storm family. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm going to catch y'all next time. Peace.
I've been a superstar, and I got paid for what I knew, and I shared the game with them. So much guidance. That's what I did. They paid for knowledge.